Hello everyone and welcome to part 3 of me. My name's Devin, or GiBi, but Devin for this video, because we are reading Five Nights at Freddy's VIP, an interactive book in which you are Devin, which is me. This is part 3. We read the first 2 parts in 2 other videos. We beat the game, we found an alternate ending that wasn't as good as beating the game, and then we just kind of flipped through the book. It's a choose your own adventure, so there's multiple different paths, and I found a couple that I didn't stumble on naturally while playing the game. This very much confused me, so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to go through and try to find whatever paths I didn't go down originally. In the process of doing this, I saw a comment on my video saying that I would be very interested in going to the arcade in the game. I thought I already went to the arcade. There's this whole section where you go and you sit down in front of this machine and you put on a VR helmet, and that's really the only way to actually beat the game. So I thought I did that. Turns out that's not the case. Turns out there is actually an arcade. If you are on this screen, where you are trying to earn points now for the challenge that VIP the Pig has given you, you have the option of going to the fazcade, going to the atrium, or going to Rockstar Row. Going to Rockstar Row is the thing I did the first time. It's how you find the door and the balloon boy. If you go to the atrium, then you'll find that VR headset thing I was talking about, but you can just go to the fazcade. Now, we were already at the fazcade. We went there with our friends earlier, and they just kind of told us to screw off, and then they left and went home. But now I'm going there after being issued the challenge. That's what kind of confused me. I had already played a video game, the VR headset thing, and we'd already been to the fazcade with our friends, so I just kind of thought that this had already been done, but it wasn't. So now we're going to continue on and go through this final pathway you can do within Five Nights at Freddy's VIP, because again, people keep saying I'm going to find it very interesting, and as I can see right now, there is already a mentioning of Mangle's quest. If you know anything about me, it should be my arcade theory, which is that I think that the arcade games within the FNaF series are much more important and much more literal than most people believe. I'll have a link to that video in the description. So let's go ahead. Inside the fazcade, the flashing lights, jangly music, and beeping game sounds meant to spark joy and excitement only fill you with a strange depression. You left Ike alone so you could play games with your friends, and now he's gone. So are your friends. All you have left is VIP. And your guilt. Even that Chica candy crane machine near the center of the arcade reminds you of Ike. You consider trying to win him a plush Mr. Cupcake from the claw machine. It looks like the game also awards points. What else could you play to get the most points? You push your way through the kids milling through the arcade and clustered around video game cabinets and pinball tables. You can't help but look for your brother in the pressing crowd. Your heart pounds and beats with the music, your head hurts, and sweat pours down your face. You look like you're having a panic attack, VIP says. Would you like to visit a health station? You want to get out of here. Not just the arcade, but the pizzaplex. But you can't go home alone. Out of all the video games here, you're the best at Mangle's Quest. But there only seems to be one cabinet, and it's turned off. Mangle's Quest is, of course, an in-universe video game we first heard about in FNaF 3. If you play Chica's Crane Arcade, go here, Candy Arcade, Crane, whatever. Chica's Candy Crane, return to the atrium, plug in Mangle's Quest. Okay, I really want to find out Mangle's Quest, but I think that means we need to save it for last. We're gonna go Chica's Candy Crane. As you approach Chica's... Oh, you know what? I know exactly what's gonna happen. When we were in, Alligator Man's area in the last episode, there's the option to throw candy on the ground to distract him, so I think by winning this game we get the candy that we need to beat that level. As you approach Chica's Candy Crane, a little girl in pigtails trudges away from it with her head down. She cries as she bites into a chocolate bar. A sticker on the glass of the machine says, "Everyone's a winner." There's only one Mr. Cupcake inside, buried in the center of the machine up to its eyes in an assortment of sweets. This close, you realize it isn't a plush at all, but a plastic toy with movable parts, like a mini animatronic. You imagine Ike's joy when you hand him the toy. He had a Mr. Cupcake plush when he was little, and there are baby pictures of him in a "Let's Eat" bib with Chica's face. The claw of the crane game is a large, yellow mechanical hand. You slide a token into the machine and a 30-second timer counts down. You grab the joystick and jerkily navigate the claw into position exactly over the toy before the time is up. The claw descends, closes firmly around the cupcake's pink icing top. The fingers slip right off. Rigged. You smack the glass. Mr. Cupcake's eyes dart towards you and you jump back. A bag of candy drops into the tray below and 100 points flashes on the display. Add 100 points to your score, add candy to your inventory, remove one fast token from your inventory. Okay, so yes, we could have used this in the Monty Gator golf section earlier. Not golf. Wow, that just slipped right out of my tongue. Monty, gator, what was it, maze? It was a maze? The way that we were able to beat that without the candy was because we talked to Chica in the beginning of the game, and she said to always go left. That's how you beat that without the candy. Alright, Mangle's Quest. As far as I'm aware, this is the last path we have not gone down. This is the only thing in this book, this game, that we haven't done. You head over to the Mangle's Quest cabinet, hoping you can figure out what's wrong with it. Unfortunately, it seems likely that your high score will have been wiped from its memory. The screen is dark, but there's no out-of-order sign, like on the other broken games in the arcade. You peek around the back and see what the possible problem is. The machine's unplugged. You try to pull the cabinet away from the wall so you can get behind it, but it's too heavy. A couple of kids see you straining to move it, but rather than help, they laugh as they pass by. You drop to your hands and knees and reach for the loose plug on the floor. Your fingers brush against it, but you can't quite grab it. Whatever. You're about to stand up when you catch a glint from something along the clumps of dust gathered behind the cabinet. You pluck it out and discover it's a coin, but not just any coin. It's a Faz token. Talk about buried treasure. You now have an extra chance to win VIP's challenge. Add 1 Faz token to your inventory. That's it? Bruh, that is lame. Okay, so with that, I think we have now done everything. Besides make, like, multiple wrong turns on purpose in the other games. So we went to the fazcade, we went to the atrium. Now, okay, so we're basically done. I'm just gonna flip through all the pages, see what we can find. We went to the fazcade, we went to Mangle's Quest, we did candy, we went to Monty Maze, we went to bowling, and then we just, like, went home and we were bored. If you talk to Chica, you learn to go left. If you go the other path, then you don't learn that information. If you go to the security door, then you talk to the guy and he gives you the badge. We never used that badge for anything, did we? Okay, so we're in Monty's maze now. I'm gonna see what happens if you use that candy on him. You reach into your pocket and pull out the package of Bonnie Bites you won from the Chica Candy Crane machine. The candy is warm and mushy now, but you hope Monty isn't a picky eater. Incoming, you call as you throw the package at him. Monty snaps his jaws at the bag and catches it in his teeth. He chews. Muff, he mumbles. Oh, D's. D's what? He tries to open his mouth, but it's cemented closed. He starts gagging and clawing at his snout. He pries open his jaw and you see sticky brown and purple goo sticking to his teeth. He reaches in to grab it, but only one hand gets stuck inside. He manages to free his hand, but stumbles to the side to catch himself with his hand, and now his hand is stuck to the wall. You can't help but laugh, but that makes Monty even angrier. Arrgh, he roars. I'm gonna get you. His tail thrashes and he swings his free arm wildly, grasping for you. If you're quick, you think you can slip past him and go down the left corridor, or you can still head right, and you'll have a head start on him. Remove candy from your inventory. Okay, so again, like, going left is the correct answer. Okay, so you make your way through. I guess you always still have to go left. Yeah, so the answer is to no to always go left, I guess. I'm curious what happens if you go in the lower... If you take here we are, the low ground in the Freddy shooter game. Oh, it looks like it's the same. You're just in a green area instead of the red area. Okay, if you don't have a balloon, does he get you? Yes. Okay, there's an option where if you have no more Faz tokens, if you run out, I wonder what happens. I guess this. Okay, so you run out of Faz tokens, you lose. You reach into your pocket and come up empty. You are out of Faz tokens. Panic washes over you. VIP, I'm out of tokens. Your voice is thick with emotions, and when you blink, tears fall. Do you have 1,000 points yet? Not yet. Could I please have some more tokens? VIP considers. Of course. You can hardly believe your ears. Really? That's amazing of you. VIP, thank you. You can have more tokens? Tomorrow. You swallow. What do you mean? Since you played along so well today, I will give you another chance to win my challenge tomorrow. You shake your head. But what about Ike? He can't last until then. I hope that you are wrong, for his sake. What will I tell our mother? Oh, you cannot leave either. We would not want you trying to bring help back to the pizzaplex. No, if you leave, or call for anyone to help, you will never find Ike. I can show you somewhere to hide until morning, until you can beat me. You and your brother will just be another pair of mysteriously missing kids. It will not be the first time, and I dare say it will not be the last. Game over. Interesting. Okay. So, obviously at the end of this, in the true ending, you do defeat VIP. So, he's not doing something. He's not doing whatever it is that causes all the kids to go missing in Security Breach. So it's still unclear what that's all about. Especially since in the canon ending, you don't die, so you're not going to be one of the missing kids on that newspaper in the ending to Security Breach. Okay, I'm gonna go to all the game overs and see what happens. Okay, so wait, what is this? Light switch, door slamming. Oh, I don't know this one. Okay, how do you take Ike to Rockstar Row? Interesting, I don't know where that choice was. Ooh, let's see if I can find that. I don't know where this choice could possibly be. Where Ike is still with you, but you have the choice of going to Rockstar Row. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this. VIP's directions lead you into Rockstar Row, past display cases of props and the Glamrock green rooms to an unmarked red door behind a cardboard cutout of Monty Gator. It's locked, but your pass grants you access. So what's interesting, if this was a real physical book, let's say that this is page 30. I could flip through and find whichever instruction says flip to page 30, but because this is all digital and it's on a hyperlink, I can't do that. So I'm totally missing whatever prompt gets you to go here, but in this instance, you are still listening to VIP and Ike is still with you, so it's before the game starts. Which is interesting, because before that point, the only choices I remember are talk to Chica, I missed my hand, talk to Chica, don't talk to Chica, and then you can go to Bonnie Bull, or you can distract him. And you have to, like, promise to listen to VIP or not promise to listen to him. So I don't know when this could possibly happen. You open the door when you see a murky corridor stretching ahead. Where does this go, you ask? A kaleidoscopic golden-purple background pulses behind VIP. Where the magic happens. He sweeps his wand over his head, leaving a trail of gold sparkles. The first stop is something really special. Go straight and take a third right. Before you can stop Ike, he marches forward, holding the gamepad at arm's length in front of him. You shrug and follow. As VIP leads you and your brother deeper into the bowels of the pizzaplex, you begin to feel disconcerted. You don't think you can find your way back without him. You wonder if he's intentionally confusing you. Are we there yet, you say? Yes, open the door at the end of the hall. He said we could go to parts and services at one point. I still don't know how we got here, though. The door is marked storage. What's stored in there, you ask? I do not want to spoil the surprise. VIP's glasses flash white, obscuring his eyes. Ike opens the door and it smells like something has spoiled. Despite the truly terrible stench, Ike darts inside and disappears into the dark room. A moment later, the light from the gamepad blinks out. Ike? You call out? No answer. Ike and the VIP are whispering to each other, but you can't make out their words. Not funny, guys, you say. You step into the room and feel along the wall by the door for a light switch. Come on, Ike, stop messing around. It stinks in here. The door slams shut behind you. Ike laughs. You jump. Hey, why would you do that? I promised to listen to VIP, Ike replies. You stumble into a pole chain dangling from the ceiling. You yank it and the lights turn on. Ike is still standing by the door, pointing at you and howling in laughter. I wish you could see your face, he says. A small human skeleton slumps against the wall next to Ike, wearing a tattered Glamrock Freddy t-shirt and cradling a familiar-looking gamepad. VIP? Is this a prop room for Halloween? Your voice trembles. Ike screams, his wide eyes fixated behind you. You spin around to see 3 more bodies in various stages of decomposition sprawled on the floor. From their size, they were kids about your age. A cracked gamepad lies beside a message written in dust on the dirty white tiles. VIP. Small shards of glass are missing from its shattered screen. There is blood. You rush back to the door and try to pull it open, but it's locked. Access denied. VIP's face jitters and tears. Now you have no choice but to stay with me. Forever. How did we get there? Okay, hold on. I really don't know where this choice could have possibly come from. I might just be stupid. Keep in mind, so I have not watched anybody else play this game, so they may have easily found this. Use your pass at the gate, right? This is where you talk to Chica. Yeah, wow, I really don't know how to get to that option. But finding out that there's, 4 dead kids already here, so assuming that this book is canon to the games, and at this point, who knows if it is, that would be at least 4 of the kids who went missing before Gregory. Interesting. So okay, as far as I know now, I've done every single part of this book, which concerns me, because it means I'm going to have to do something like this every time one of these books releases, and it was fun, but it's also a lot of work. I really enjoyed this. I haven't done any sort of choose-your-own-adventure novel like this since I was a kid. I said that earlier in the first part of this video series. I think that the potential lore drops of something like this are incredible, because it allows you to do these what-if situations, right? So it's not canon that Devin goes and finds those 4 bodies. but it is canon that those 4 bodies are there. And that is really cool, because it can tell us all this weird, like, dark, twisted, too dark for FNaF lore drops without it being real, right? Like, it's too scary if the main character kid gets locked in a room and starves to death, but it can still tell us that there's kids dying back there. So, I'm very, very, very interested to see where this kind of stuff goes moving forward. The next one's called The Week Before, and is, we assume, about Phone Guy the week before FNaF 1. So, theoretically, the canon ending is going to be him dying to Golden Freddy. But all of the possible endings to me are interesting, because it could possibly, finally, answer the question of when Springtrap gets locked behind the wall. Because if he is there, let's say that there's one of these options, and you can go, and you can break through the wall and, like, find Springtrap, that would prove that he was locked there before FNaF 1, which is my theory. Or if that's not there, it's not evidence one way or the other. Either way, very hyped for this series. This is much better, in my opinion, than the Tales from the Pizzaplex books or the Fazbear Frights. So I very much want more of these interactive novels. This is obviously a much shorter video than the first 2 parts. I wish I'd known that going in, but I am very excited to be done with this. I'm very excited for the future. I hope you've liked my basically daily coverage of events going on in this series this week, because it is FNaF week. It's been a while since I released a video every single day covering breaking news topic. But this one's much more fun than last time. Thank you for watching. Be sure to be nice to each other in the comments, consider supporting the creators you most admire, never lose sight of the things that are most important to you, and remember that Freddy stands for friendly, respectful, engaging discourse and discussion yields success. I will be back.